All right, guys, what's up, guys? This is Sergio, man. I'm here with Dreal, man, one of my favorite coaches in the scene, man. I've been following
Oh,
this guy
stop,
for
man.
a while. I'm so glad that this guy has agreed to come on to the podcast, man. So, yeah, man, like, how are you doing today?
I'm good, but your favorite coach, man, you got to get a different coach. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, because you've done a lot for the scene, bro. You're always looking out for not just the pro scene, but like the challenger scene as well. So, like, yeah. First things first. Let's talk about why you're. How'd you come up with your name, Dreal?
So I've been playing Call of Duty for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Since COD Big Red One, and started playing, had various different gamer tags, and then I got into competitive sniping in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was like kind of cool to have like a letter and then dash and then something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the letter that I had, I was part of a sniping clan. It started with a D. I can't remember what the sniping clan was called, but then it was a D dash something. I just thought how old was I then? Maybe 12, 13, 14 at the time. Thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Kept it ever since. Didn't decide to change it, but that's how I got the name.
Gotcha. No, interesting, man. And like, how'd you get into have did you compete before? Like just background, like did you compete before you became a coach? Like how did you get
I
into
did.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want the long story? Do you want the short story?
Whichever you want to do, man. We got time.
um, Yeah, no, I've been competing for a very, very long time. I was in the Advanced Warfare Pro League.
hmm
I then played at events at Black Ops 3, like Gfinity Summer Masters. We got top six, I think, somewhere on YouTube. Went to champs on Infinite Warfare, went to champs on World War II,
Yeah.
placed decent all the way through. And then yeah, just retired in Black Ops 4. But yeah, I played pretty much every single year. I played more as almost like an escape from society rather than having any goals. It was just something cool to do.
Gotcha. Okay, man. So yeah, so you competed, you decided to go the coaching route. So like for anyone who's trying to be a coach, especially make it to like the pro leagues, you know what I'm saying, or like coach for a top EM team, what's a piece of advice that you can give to those guys?
Well, I don't know if I'm the right person to be giving advice, to be honest with you, because my coaching journey is different to a lot of coaches, ex-pro players. I began coaching outside of COD. I began coaching actually in traditional sports. So I'm a qualified boxing coach, level two qualified. And I was the head coach at University for boxing. And that's how I got into coaching. And my coaching journey began once I retired. I retired, went back to school, decided, okay, I'm going to commit to cancer research. Went back to school, decided to go down the whole self improvement route, all that stuff because I wanted to change my body, my mentality again because Call of Duty was more of an escape from the unhealthy lifestyle and stuff like that when I was younger. So yes, I started boxing and actually competed as an amateur boxer, and then studied coaching in boxing and cycling. Felt like okay, something's missing. You know, this is my what I call ikigai, my purpose in life, which is a Japanese concept. Something is missing. I'm coaching because I can help people. I like to see people improve. It's very fulfilling, but something felt off. So I thought, okay, I'm going to come back to Call of Duty. Coaches started to become a thing around Modern Warfare, and yeah, just came back into the scene. Coached Paco, players like Whalers, Defrag, PT, Brezzy, and that's how I guess I began my coaching journey. Really,
Okay, and yeah, just to piggyback on that, man. You mentioned a lot of great players. Who was your most favorite player to coach?
I think that's obvious.
Always Paco, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, for sure. Yeah, I
without a
mean,
doubt.
yeah, one of the best
Yeah.
players right now. It'd be a dream to coach Paco is for sure. All right,
Yeah.
so let's move on to the next section. I just saw a recent tweet, man, and this is why like we're here in the podcast right now. Yeah, you're starting a new academy system. You're also starting a new system in your Discord. So just walk me through, man. Like, just explain it more on like like how that's gonna work for the BO7 game.
Yeah, so this is called the Legends Always Ahead Academy, and
Mm.
essentially what the academy is It's a system where viewers can eventually go down a pathway in becoming challenger players. Not saying high level, top eight, top six, but almost top 24 onwards. Of course, you have your omits, you have your stallions, yourself, for example, who work with these top high end challenger players to get them in the pro league. And this is something that I struggle with as a player. And to give you context, I've coached a lot of players in ranked. You're looking at Diamond, Crimson, who want to get involved in challenges. They don't know how to. They don't know anything about challenges. They know about the CDL. You know about your Texas, your Scums, your Shotsies, but they don't know how to actually get involved. They think the extent of ranked is top 250, then go pro. They don't realize there's this whole other pathway. Unfortunately, that's the issues we have with the marketing funnel in the CDL. It's hard. Even I don't know how to get into challenges anymore. It's something to do with face it, whatever. But again, I'll figure that out. And that was really the whole push and idea behind the academy. Then once you have players who actually know about challenges, top 128, top 64, top 30, they're stuck. They feel stuck. They don't know how to climb the ladder. They don't know how to network. They don't know how to do basics in mental skills training, the basics in competing, developing good habits, deliberate practice, all of these different concepts. They just don't know. And there's nobody there to teach them. When I competed, I wish I had a veteran player teaching me everything I know now. Everything that I've learned now was only because I've worked and had the privilege of working with a Crim Six, a Clay, these
Mm-hmm.
these world beaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most 99% of players who don't make it, a lot of the time it's because they don't have access to that resource or the knowledge or the ability to do so. So what I'm thinking is, okay, there might be a lot of good, talented players out there, but you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Are you lacking talent because there's a talent cap? Hell no. That's rarely ever the case, right? If you can't try to get to your skill ceiling, how do you know how far you can push it, right? That's something that Jordan would say. Let's see how far I can take it. But you need to know what you need to do in order to take it there. You need to get feedback and advice. And long story short, sorry for waffling. It's just really to get people into the funnel, get viewers into the challenger system, and just really try and walk them through the process.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, man, I mean, I think the hardest part about challengers right now, and just, yeah, I mean, us, Omit, we've seen it before. A lot of these guys don't have the opportunity to play against them because even the best players in the world will ego and say, hey, it's a waste of my time. We wouldn't have the good type of practice because we're going to play against these guys, against the elites, and the challenger opens and the pro amps and all that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, that's why I do appreciate the system that you're coming out with because, Mercules, he had to start from there. Like nobody knew who he was. He was playing Chalice. He came up into the scene, and now he's on Optic. And you got a lot more of these guys. Abe as well. They had to start from the U18 side, and then they pushed all the way through, and now they're known, and now they're in the pro scene. They have the opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of these guys need more of a platform to be able to compete against them. And like you said, man, it was cool you mentioned Crimsix and Clay because me. Crimsix, he coached me for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And like, not coach, but he gave me advice and like, it does go a long way if you're able to get that type of resource, to be able to talk to these guys because these guys know what they're doing and, go from there. So here goes the next question. I watched your stream recently, right? And you were doing an academy tryout right before your tournament, and I thought that was pretty interesting to watch. Have you spotted any prospects yet? You know what I'm saying? Because I like how you and Stallions are doing that type of system.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, I'm not trying to do what Stallions and Omid do. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to like get them into the league. What I'm trying to do is to get these guys to you guys. I'm saying they're in a good position. Sergio, take him off me. Go do what you got to do for this guy. Change his career. And it resonates with why I coached in the first place. And it's. I'll give you sort of an example. It's with Hydra. Hydra is the biggest inspiration for this. I've seen what he was like before all of this. Before you were, most people saw the MVP or whatever. I saw what he was like when he was garbage, when he was a young kid.
Yeah.
You know, one day he will share his story, and you will all love him as much as I do. But he was really the inspiration for this. So there's a lot of people like him out there. So how can I help to change and improve their lives? I've seen what it's done for him and how much of a different person he is, and without going all sentimental, whatever, emotional, whatever, you can see that it's what I want to do for other people.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the next question. What organization I think was the most favorite that you work with? Because you were a subliners, you were with Gentlemates. I think Gentlemates is a pretty interesting concept too. So like,
Yeah. I really did like Gentamates. I like Gentamates because of the fact that you working with Kataga, Broken,
yeah,
the fan base absolutely was one of the best things about the organization. Their fan base is crazy. Even just seeing Major One, the amount of support that they have a dedicated fan base. And in hindsight, is something that I took for granted. To be honest with you, it's a beautiful fan base. Even just being with them the entire weekend after we get knocked out, sat there, they were always polite, friendly. So that was insane. But without a doubt, my favorite organization was New York Subliners. They are the
mm,
epitome of professionalism. Everything from the way they interviewed me, the way they hired the staff, they bought into the traditional sports mindset that myself and Fish promoted. We wanted to change esports and bring in traditional sports concepts, whether it was mental skills training, culture creation, leadership, all of these different things. They gave me the keys to do anything I wanted. So them easily.
gotcha. Yeah, for sure, man. All right, here we go. Next question. We only got a few left, man. We keep this kind of short, for the TikTok world. But yeah. The next question, man, is the pro am. You know what I'm saying? Like that got mentioned for Major Three. Super interesting. And then with the academy thing and all that stuff. If you were to get 4 players, right, to qualify for the pro am and compete against the pros in the challenger section, who would you choose? Just curious.
It'd be Barstool.
Barstool, Team
It
Barstool,
would just be Barstool.
those guys.
They're
Yeah,
just what 4x pros.
yeah, 4X pros. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess them. Unless some new talent comes out halfway through the season.
yeah,
I mean, 540 is insane. I have huge love for 540. I don't know how that guy's not had a shot yet. I like
yeah.
him. I like him. Maybe throw him on there. Yeah, Lurks. I like Lurks. Maybe throw him on there.
If he's in challengers,
If
yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. What do you think
Geo
about
as well.
Gio? Yeah, Gio. Yeah,
Insane to me.
insane. I mean, he also has an insane team too that I can't leak. But like, I mean, his team is looking pretty good. But yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about the whole Barcelona thing? I mean, that's new, man. Like when they came on and got a challengers team. Like, what do you think about that? I should definitely bring a lot of attention to COD.
It is absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
I think the opportunity for content and cross pollination it's incredible, to be honest with you. But now my question is, why not with the CDL team?
That is true.
Why not partner with, say, Vancouver?
Yeah, no. I mean that.
Right?
I think more pro teams should have academy teams. I kind of miss those days too, but now it's kind of
See,
hard
that's what
to.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You see,
Hmm.
they could have said, "Hey, Vancouver, you give us 50%. We'll run the academy team for you. We'll call it Vancouver Barstool. I don't know, whatever hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Something like that."
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah, because when I came in, I think when I came in, there's only probably like 2 academy teams, but there used to be a lot more way back then. I mean, even Optic had an academy team back then. Um, I think there will be one this year though, so that's good. At least one of the CDL teams is doing an academy team. But
Yeah.
um, yeah,
Just to say about that
yeah,
is, I still to this very day, and I said this since day one, I do not care about the financial situation
hmm,
for the most part. Force CDL teams to run academy teams, even if it's on a cheap, even if it's something like $200 a month. Just do it. Just force. Let's just have an academy league, a 1.5 league. None of this elite stuff. Just give me a fully fledged academy system.
yeah, yeah. I agree. There's, like I said, challenges should be the pipeline. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you this too, man. We've heard this Halo pros might come over and cross over to the BO7 section. I've heard a lot of noise, like people being upset about the fact that like challengers should be the pipeline to the pro system. So like, what are your thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you like the fact that Halo players are able to get in before challenger players for the pro leagues?
No, personally, I
Yeah.
don't like it. But here's where I'll sort of give you context.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of attributes, whether it is from mental skills training, whether it is some of habit development, that Halo high performing Halo players will have as an advantage over, say, new up and coming challenger players. Let's use Legend as an example. The consistency he's had in grand finals, the exposure to a championship mindset, championship habits, routines, learning, all of the non in-game things is a positive he can bring, whether it is working in a team. There's so many to list. Now, where I would challenge that is your skill from a neuroscience perspective doesn't translate to a similar skill one to one. Just because you're good at Halo doesn't mean you are going to be equally as good to Call of Duty. Now, the outside attributes that you have can increase the speed of learning, right? The methods you employ in Halo and the way you were learning and neuroplasticity and all of these different aspects, it can help you learn quicker in COD compared to, say, a challenger who has more experience.
Hmm.
So that's why I don't agree that they should be slotted into the Pro League because, again, this is high pressure. I've seen it myself. The
Yeah.
Pro League isn't a place where you can teach, where someone has time to learn.
Yeah.
With the pressure that you have, it stifles creativity, it stifles learning. If you're trying to learn with the pressure of the world on you, it's not going to work,
Hmm.
right? So move them into challenges, give them time to get acclimated, learn the fundamentals, learn all these like the niches of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Then you can push them into the CDL, and they will be more, in my opinion, the high, and I'm talking high level pros, will be more ready for the big stage than, say, less experienced challenger players.
Yeah, and let's add an interesting dynamic there, right, man? Because I like the fact that you said the Halo Pro should go into the challenger system. Again, you need to have you know, because you see in Valor, you see in Counter Strike, you have like the Challengers League, and if you do well there, then you get the call up, But we've also seen before in prior history that Halo pros like Crimzix, like Shotzi, Formal, these guys, what I'm saying, like they were exposed to the pro side. They know what it takes to be a pro
Yes.
and how to perform in high level pressure. And I think that's why they get like the nod up because they know for a fact, hey, first of all, they have an audience. Like Legend, he is popular. A lot of people like him. Coming into the pro leagues, I mean, it's great for if we're talking the business aspect, from CDL teams, you're gonna bring a lot of attention, you're gonna bring a lot of fan bases to it, and also he's performed at high levels and he's been in grand finals in the Halo pro circuit, so that type of stuff is interesting for sure. But yeah, having a challenger system for these guys can definitely push things to the next level. What is your opinion on that though? Like the Halo, like we've seen it, like a lot of people that translate from Halo to COD, they're really good at COD. Like is there like, what I'm saying, like something with Halo to where it allows them to like be better at COD, or what can you add on that?
Um, I just think it's just high level players.
Okay.
Like I said, the skills don't translate one to one.
Mm-hmm.
So once they've had time to acclimate, learn in a non pressure environment, to be able to just strictly learn. So look at Shotzi. Shotzi's first year wasn't exactly the best, right? But he
Yeah.
still had that time to learn how to play the game, the nuances of the game, teamwork, fundamentals, all of these different things from someone who was in a position to give him feedback. Very important.
Yeah.
He had Clay and Crim. Very, very important.
Yeah.
So once you have the right person to give you feedback or coaching, you already have the inherent mechanical ability that translates. That will take time to then translate over.
Mm-hmm.
Once it does, you have a perfect combination of both. Then you start reaching your skill ceiling. Same with Crimsig, same with Formal.
And yeah, I mean, it's crazy you mentioned that, man, because like he had Clayster and Krim,
Yes.
and his first year wasn't the best, but he still got MVP and he still like learned pretty fast because I mean he had the guys at Clayster and Krim, so I mean that is pretty cool. Another thing, like just how we're talking about this, just to add on to it. What is your opinion on like ages? You know what I'm saying? Like because you know how with sports, it's you get older, you have to retire. Like how do you feel about COD for that?
I'll give you the neuroscience answer. I
Yeah.
think it's a big pile of BS, absolute BS. So with what we do, so people often use the argument: the older that you get, the slower your reaction time becomes, hand-eye coordination, all of these different facets involved in that. It is true. When you get to around 35, 40, there's slight decreases on average for the average person. I'm talking for someone who doesn't do what we do. Now, let's compare in real world to someone who does what we do, fighter jet pilots or F1 drivers. The higher the stimuli, the higher the sort of the pressure on the hand-eye coordination, the longer you can defer the reduction in hand-eye coordination and stuff like that, reaction speed, whatever, right? So that is absolutely negligible for someone who plays esports. If you want to do this till 40, you can do it till 40. The fantastic thing and the fascinating thing from a neuroscience perspective, the more experience that you get, it fills in and it balances out any deficiency or reduction in raw reaction speed. That's your brain filling in the gaps because of experience. So it's a big pile of BS.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do agree too, man. Because yeah, I mean, no matter how old you are, I think it's more so of an effort level, and just I guess like a coaching question here too. When it comes to what makes a really good Call of Duty player, is it the comms? Is it the being able to make the micro adjustments in terms of like primary, secondary spawns, blocking, all that stuff, and just what makes a really like what components like if a player's watching this and he's trying to make it into the pro league, like what are the key components he needs to have in order to make
Too
it?
many.
Too many.
Too many. You can start with mindset development. Are you relentless in your goals? Resilience building, confidence building, self-talk, all of these outer game aspects you can talk about. Then you can talk about in-game, how's your fundamentals, your adaptation, your awareness development. There's just no one or two variables that you can say what makes a good player. It's just a combination of so many different things. I couldn't even break it down if I wanted to. Teamwork,
Yeah.
yes, communication is one aspect of it. Yes, awareness is another aspect of it. It's just so much that goes into it.
There may be
Treat it like a sport.
yeah,
That's all I'll say.
like a sport, but like let's say for example, a top AM challenger player and then a pro player. Like
Teamwork.
what teamwork? That's the one that sets them apart. To what?
Teamwork is one of the biggest differentiators from top amateurs.
Yeah.
And I'm talking high level pro league. I'm even saying it's a difference between low level CDL teams and high level CDL teams. We can all make kills. We can all win gunfights, but it's the efficiency aspect. It's where are you making these kills in relation to the map, the chessboard? How efficient is that? What is every kill doing? How do we use teamwork, right? You
Yeah.
can be the most mechanically gifted player in the world, but if you're getting shot by two people, you ain't winning.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I see a lot, especially like, because you separate the tiers. You have top 32, you have top 16, top 64, you got the pro levels, you got the elite, and then you got challengers as well. It's just like you said with teamwork, I think with comms too, like how can you win the game if you were not working together, we're not talking to one another. So yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. All right, man, we're at the end. This is good. This is a great talk, man. We definitely got to talk more about this stuff, man. Because I mean, bringing in neuroscience is something that I haven't heard from a lot. So like, I mean, I'm really glad that you're able to bring the neuroscience and the stuff into COD. I think that's always been pretty cool. Bonus question though is, what's next besides this? Do you have a possible opportunity to be back in the pro leagues to be a coach or no?
No, I think this is the end of the road, personally. I think it's very difficult to get back into the CDL. I'm not going to do challenges. I'm a, you know me. I just don't think challenges is the way back. I don't also want to be a caretaker for a bottom four team. I want a team that can win, and I think this is truthfully the retirement, the end of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So what's next besides COD? Besides the system, like are you
It's business
stuff? Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a couple of business stuff. One I will say, I don't like to share a lot of private stuff, but one I will say is I'm very proud of been doing a journal business for about a year now.
Okay.
Selling to businesses and stuff like that. So just being focused on stuff like this, trying to coach boxing again, and looking at doing another master's in neuroscience.
Nice. Yeah. That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah.
We'll see, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean to close, right? Just like you said, I mean, I think a lot of the players too, putting your all into COD, you gotta have a backup plan. Getting your master's, like you said. I mean, that's what I did. I got my MBA. I'm pretty proud of it. Try to get your master's degree. Try to do something. Try to go to college. Like make sure you pay attention to school and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, because it's really like, just like any sport, it's really hard to just commit your all into this one aspect and be able to, flourish from it unless, you're a big time streamer and you're able to do it for a long time. But even that has a, endpoint as well.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. 1 year you have Hydra, the next year you're out the league.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Never
crazy. Yeah, I mean, this BO6, man, we had a big fallout, like a lot of people left, a lot of people retired. So yeah, make sure we have a backup plan for sure. And yeah, I want to appreciate Javi, man, for coming on board,
Sure,
man. I mean, interesting talks, man. Definitely got to pick your brain more. One of the smartest guys I ever talked to for sure. So yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. All right, and that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you drop a like and make sure you follow him. Make sure you join the Discord too, man. I think this is a unique opportunity that you guys need to take advantage for sure, man. And I mean, you guys heard how he talked, man. So like, yeah, I mean, anyone wants to pick brain from him, so go join the Discord, play the tournaments.
Too good for me.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yep. All right, guys, that's it for us, man. Take care. All right.
Appreciate you, Sergio. Thank you so much, man.